feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my previous subscribers, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be covering the 2022 midterm using the tarot cards update. So we're going to find out as we get closer to the midterm, how are the results going to be and how is it currently headed and what is it going to look like. Last time Donald Trump was raided by the FBI back in August. It will take 30 days from that event to actually take place in the tarot cards and energy leading to the midterm. So this will be the first video to really see how both the Republicans, the Democrats, and the Independents are responding to what had happened, along with the potentiality of a brand new era where Lindsey Graham, the Republican senator in South Carolina, has stated that the Republicans are already discussing a nationwide abortion ban if they take control of the Republican majority. Also, as well, the Republicans are also considering impeaching President Biden if they take control of the majority. So it'll be really interesting to see what takes place in this video and what is most likely going to be. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. This video is being recorded on September 28th, 2022 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's some proof. I made this video prior, and I forgot how to do the formula. So, but anyway, so there's that. That is the current news cycle. So if you're wondering when is video taking place, now you know when the video is taking place and when it's being made. Again, these are some disclaimers on your screen right here. Feel free to read them on your own time. And we're going to speed through this as well. Again, at the bottom of the video, we do have some sort of timestamp section. So if you want to go to a particular part of this video, definitely check the description and the comment section below, and you guys could be able to jump around in this video. What we're going to be covering, we're covering the popular vote and what way the party is more popular in the United States if the election was held today. We're going to talk about the results in the U.S. Senate, the House of Representatives results, the FBI raid, Roe versus Wade, and the results in the midterms and how that affects the idea of a nationwide abortion ban. We're going to talk about Donald Trump's effects and hold on midterms. We're going to talk about Biden's approval rating and the possibility of an impeachment trial for Biden. So all those will be very interesting. Again, everything is timestamped in the description below. I do hope you like this video. Please interact with it. Please share it, like, subscribe, comment. Have some sort of reaction to the video. It really helps grow the channel bigger and better. Thank you all, and let's get right to it, right? Okay, so the first question we're going to ask today is, what party is more popular, the Democrats or the Republicans? Let's take a look. So how we're going to do this is we're going to take, well, actually, let me get the results first, and then I'll go in how the formula is operated. So Spirit Angel, tell me what party is more popular, the Democrats or the Republicans leading to the 2022 midterm? We're only a couple days away from the midterm, so I want to know what party has more energy. So for the Democratic Party, we're going to have the Democrats here and the Republican Party on the right side, Spirit. For the left side, I want to know how is the energy going for the Democrats? Who is more popular? Are they more popular than the Republicans at this point in time, or are they less popular than the Republicans at this point in time? Okay. And how are the Republicans doing? Are they more popular than the Democrats at this point in time, or are they less popular than the Democrats at this point in time? Okay, they told me to flip the deck, but you want this? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the results here. So what we do is we take the Democrat total and the Republican total, we minus it, and then that's the popular vote margin, and we divide that by 2 and add it to the original total. I'll show you how that works in a second. So we have the reverse 8 for the Democrats. So the 8 does not count. Okay, we do have +4 for the Democrats. So the Democrats are up 4. Okay, that is their total. Now as for the Republicans here, we have -8. They're down 8, so that does not count. They cancel each other out, right? That's why I'm canceling, because they both cancel each other out. They're both reversed. They're fine. As for the Republicans here, we have +2. So if you were to take the two together, 4 minus 2 is 2, right? So we're going to do that right now. I'll show it up on your screen. Now, this is the popular vote total. This is what we had last time. We had the Democrats ahead with 2.5% in August of 2022, right? So we know already that the Democrats are ahead with 4%. However, that is directly minus with the Republicans here. So we are going to basically add 2 to the Democrat total. So right now, the Democrats are going to be ahead with a 4.5 margin. Oops, what just happened? 4.5, okay? Then I'm going to add 2% on top of 53, so 55, I believe that's what it would be. Yeah, okay. So 55.5, so angel number 555. And then the Republicans are going to go down. So 46 minus 2, just got to double check and make sure I got the right number here. And we're going to put the Republicans at 44.5. And so that is the margin of victory. You can clearly see already that the Democrats are now taking the lead in the popular vote by 4.5%. It's really, if you really add it up to its original lead, it will equate to about almost like a 9-point victory. Well, again, this is percentage. It does not also correlate to a popular victory, but nonetheless, it will be significant in some way or some form. So that is why I include this in the reading. So that is the popular vote. So we have the Democrats ahead by 4.5. You can see a steady increase since, May. The Republicans were ahead by 8.5. And then in June, they were ahead by 2.5. And then it will flip back to the Democratic Party side again. And the Democrats started taking the lead. And this is after Roe versus Wade has been overturned by the Supreme Court, and then everything else taking place in all the states. You can see that the momentum has shifted clearly in favor of the Democratic Party, continuing this trend back in April of 2022. Okay, so we're going to jump back. We're going to jump into the Senate. So that is where we're going to be right now. So the Senate right now, we have it at 61 to 39. The last time we had that, we have not had that victory margin for the Democrats here. Do not expect that to hold in this reading. This is very unlikely that it's going to stay this way, right? But it is going to decrease, but it's going to become a significant matter. We're going to see what party is leading. So we are going to do that right now. So that is currently what we have it now, right now for the U.S. Senate. So what we do is we're going to take my cards and we're going to shuffle them. I make these cards myself, and we're going to look at the Senate results and find out whatever the cards are saying. So right now I feel 4 or 3 of those cards that come out randomly. Those would be the cards that I would add up all together and divide by whatever the total amount of cards are, and that would be the average for that particular party. So we're going to do both for the Democrats and the Republicans. So Spears Angel, tell me who's going to win control of the U.S. Senate come this midterm election in the month of September. In September, as of right now, who will win control of the U.S. Senate? The Democrats or the Republicans? The incumbent party right now is the Democrats, and the Republicans are in the minority. Okay, so the first card that we have here, because it's reversed, we flip it, and we have a 50-50 Senate. Okay, we have historical leaders, right? So we have to look to historical trends. I don't know what the historical trends are in the U.S. Senate, so I can't really tell you, but it's pretty common for, I do know it's sometimes often common for political parties, particularly the party in power to maintain the Senate during the midterm. But that's not the case for the House of Representatives. So Spirit Angels, tell me who will win control of the U.S. Senate come this midterm election? This election was held today. Okay, swing states decide. So we have 2 Florida. So something's going on in Florida. So this might be Val Deming versus Marco Rubio. That might be a key highlighter that might decide the result. And it's going to be an election of 2000. So there might be some potentiality of claims of election fraud or some really close margin, particularly when it comes to new voting restriction and voting rights that might really hinder the result in a particular state. We do have here, we are asking if there's going to be a Republican Democratic victory. We have here reverse Republican down. They don't get to flip the White House, but we do have a landslide for the Republican. But we're not exactly 100% sure just yet, to hold your horses, because this is not giving me a definitive answer. Okay, we have another 50-50 Senate. And then we have music industry again. And also behind it is 50-50 Senate, ironically. Okay. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. Okay. All these are upright. And it looks to me that we only have 2 cards. So I want to try to get one more. One more card for election margin. Oh, look what showed up. 6139. So we'll use that. Okay, so what we have here is we also have unsolved mysteries. So there's going to be some sort of mysteries with the ballots, or there's going to be some hidden competitive races that we're not aware of on the scene. We do have here, again, election fraud. There's going to be screaming of election fraud, very similar to what happened in the election of 2000, except there was no election fraud. It was potentially the ballots, when they were created, they were too complex, and the machine had a very hard time picturing what person had chose what. So there's going to be some sort of potential claim of misinformation, but it's really, there's no actual facts or anything to back that up. We do have here Native American disease outbreak genocide. So there might be some potential for either another virus to take place, or even better yet, a genocide of some sort. That could also be related to Florida, again, with Ron DeSantis basically trafficking humans. We do have older voters, boomers, World War II generation. So they will be coming out in droves in this particular race. I feel like this is more of the Republican area, or Republican states that is talking about. Yeah, so we have a 50-50 Senate really across the board here. What we're going to do is we're just going to add up 50-50. And it didn't tell me actual winner, so we're going to find that out in a minute. So we're going to have 50 plus 50 plus 61 plus 50. So we have 211. When we add up all the numbers, right, 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 61, and you divide that by the total amount of cards. So we have 4 cards here. So 211 divided by 4, and that would be 52.75. So that would be the average total for the winning margin. Whoever is the projected winner of the Senate will be having a 52 majority. Actually, it will be a 53 majority, because if you take the 7, you round it, it'll be a 53. Okay? And then what we're going to do now, we're going to take 53 minus 100, and we're going to make that 47. Okay, let's see who is going to win that majority. So right now we have no winner. Okay, Spirit Sandal, tell me who is the victor? Who will have 53 Senate seats in the House of Representatives? The election was held today during the midterm. Who is going to hold the U.S. Senate or win the U.S. Senate? We have World War here, so there might be a potential for a World War. I did talk about that, like a little vision or a thing that I saw with Queen Elizabeth making a speech. I bet she passes away right after the start of World War III, or right before. Who's going to win the U.S. Senate with 53 Senate seats? Okay, we have a minus. I need a victor. Who's the victor? Republican or Democrat spirits? That's not helpful. I need a victory. Who's gonna win? Democrat or Republican? This suspense is crazy. Okay. Okay, so we have illegal donations. We have challenge, Democrat win, economic crash, Great Depression. So I have a feeling that the economy is going to crash in December. I've been having that feeling for a while now. I even talked about it 2 years ago, and I had this feeling. I think the economy is going to crash either right before the November election or right after. But regardless, the Democrats are going to need a win. So if the Great Depression happened, the Democrats kind of lose. But if the Great Depression, well, not the Great Depression, but the economy does not crash before the midterm, then those Democrats win. So that is why it is very uncertain right now. Was it a little bit different where we are right now? But we're going to put that in the system with a state Democrat victory. So we're going to go into the Senate result, and we're going to put the Democrats at 53. So like I said, the Democrats are never going to maintain a 61 majority. That's just unrealistic. So the economy and everything is narrowing up. You can see that here, even in the results, in the Senate result, that is narrowing. So it is 53-47 Senate seat results. So now we are going to do is we're going to take a look at the House of Representatives. I thought this one was very particularly interesting, considering the fact that it has led, the Republican has led the entire year from late 2021 all the way to August 2020, July 2022. So they led for an entire year of Republican victory. And then with everything going on in April, August, with the results in Roe versus Wade and all that, you can see here that the energy had shifted. So we're going to ask the question and see whether or not it's so going to shift in favor of the Democrats. So that's what we're going to do. Let me move my phone. I don't know why my phone is still here. Okay, so Spirits Angel, tell me, with the current energy going into the 2022 midterm, who's going to win the House of Representatives, the Democrats or the Republicans? And if so, by how much? Okay, they told me to flip the deck. So we have LGBT rights reverse. We have Trouble's leader. We have popular leader reverse. Results are undecided. So I think the House is going to be up for grabs again. It's going to be very close. And then we have here the rise of robots. And the rise of robots here is speaking to the fact that we're going into the future now. We're talking about the future results, right? That's why we have that. We also have here as well 232 to 243 seats. That is the House of Representatives margin, but that is upright, so that means that may not count. So we'll see. So who's going to win the House of Representatives come this midterm election? With everything going on, with everything already happening, if the election was held today, how would the midterms look? Okay, so we have a Republican. Oh, we don't. But we have a Democrat loss in the House of Representatives. So we're going to see, again, the Republicans are going to be back in the majority. So I don't see a Democrat victory. So I think they lose the House again. Okay, so how big of a margin for the Republicans in the House of Representatives? If you guys don't know, they did gerrymander the states because a lot of people didn't go out and vote down ballot. So a lot of Republicans won, and so they were able to have control of the House and be able to make sure that they can win. Okay. Okay, come on, Spirit Angel. How big of a margin would the Republicans win in the House of Representatives? They need 218 to win control. We have drugs here, crack and heroin, opioids. So there might be an opioid crisis. We have the Republicans win, but also lose. So they lose the popular vote, but they win the House of Representatives regardless. So more people vote, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to have lower turnout. So there might be some districts where they have low turnout. Right now, I think people need to become more enthusiastic. They think the Democrats are getting too complacent. That's what I see. I see the Democrats are becoming too complacent, and they are making the Republicans have a victory. We do have foreign policy, trade deals. So this is going to be very important. So there might be something going on leading into the midterm that's going to really trouble Biden in terms of foreign policy. So that might also relate to Russia or the threat of China. So there's going to be some big news that's going to break, and it might have to do with something foreign. Okay, so we have the entertainment industry. We also have young adult voters, so like millennials and Gen X. Come on, can you give me those dolls? Okay, we have incumbent loses re-election. So it says here the incumbent loses re-election. That tells me the incumbent party, was it the Democrats or in the incumbent spot for the House of Representatives, they lose that and the House is up for grab. So that's what it's telling me. It's telling me that the House, as of right now, the winner is not decided. Which is really stuck because I don't know what to do because I need the data. I need the data. But it's telling me right here that the result is undecided, that it's up for grabs and go either to the Democrats or it can go to the Republicans. 2 cards. That's it. And it went everywhere. Give me 1 second. Okay. So the card. So this was reversed. And the card that came out was women's rights. So women's rights is going to play a major role, and that's going to be the key factor to a Democratic victory or a Republican one. Because look here, look what crosses does. We have a terrorist attack, Black Tom 1916 explosion, Pearl Harbor 9/11. And it crosses opioid or like some sort of drugs. So that might be a terrorist attack, but it's going to be through drugs. Maybe healthcare potentially. Maybe like biological warfare. I don't know, but there's something here that kind of tells me that there might be some sort of unwarranted attack or unexpected surprise. Okay, we're going to use these, and then whatever we get, we'll get, and then we'll suck it up. Or we'll go back to this again sometime this month and do it. Or I'll do it tomorrow, whatever. Okay, so we have here Native Americans. It's reverse. We have FDR wins. Okay, 1936. Discrimination, slavery, voting rights, civil rights. Let me lift this up a bit. We have personal favors. That's reverse. We have national debt. We have swing state decides election of 2000. I think it's going to be undecided. We don't really know who's going to win. We have 65 and older. That's reverse. We have retail industry, poor working conditions, food supply, minimum wage. So there's going to be a food shortage. We have the swing state decides Florida, but it's reverse. And it's blue collar voters, infrastructure, supply and demand, Rust Belt states. I think there's going to be a supply shortage of some sort. I think that's on par with what we talked about, the economy crashing, but it kind of looks like it might come earlier. So let's just hope not. The food industry is reversed. We have normal turnout. Normal turnout always means the Republican victory here. We have Democrat flipped. Not really. They lose. And then we have a Republican win. We have here Statue of Liberty. No, and it's going to be all about the Founding Fathers. So it looks to me that we don't have a victory, but nonetheless, we're going to state that the Republicans win. I will go back to the question in another video. But it appears to me that I'm just going to call it and to say the Republicans are going to be back in the lead. We just won't have a number for this particular point in time. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, so it looks like it may have been a fluke for the Democrats. We're gonna find out in another video. I'm sorry, guys, but this took a little longer than expected. Just wasted so much time. It's 24 minutes, and I barely barely got through anything. So what I'm going to do for the FBI, how does Roe versus Wade being overturned affect the 2022 results? Biden impeachment, how does Trump affect the 2022 midterm result in accordance with Biden's approval rating? What we'll do is we'll postpone those questions and we'll answer them in October, very close to the midterm election. So we'll just answer them there. And we'll just totally ignore that. So again, guys, I'm sincerely sorry that we don't have a result or an outcome for the House of Representatives. I think it is very clear. The cards were very adamant that the House is up for grabs and that there is no winner in particular, but it looks like the Republicans are in the lead. But the House is undecided and it could be up for anybody. So don't lose hope. Go out and vote. Get your friends to vote. Make sure you register. Don't become complacent. And just volunteer if you can and try to get out the vote. It looks to me that the election is going to be really tight. So there's that. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys and have a very wonderful night. I will continue and pick this up later today. Bye, guys.